The Antlion Greatsword is one of the best heavy slashing weapons in Grounded, and you'll need it before going into the Black Anthill. In order to get this weapon, you should first stock up on some bandages, as well as the highest damage weapon you already have. What's ideal to look for is a weapon that has a okay damage output while also not being of the generic or chopping damage type. My recommendation would be the Spider Fang Dagger, as it's a slashing weapon, and that's kind of going to help a lot. But either way, whatever you choose, you are going to want to go to the sandbox at night, unless you've eaten some mint candies and unlocked the fresh defense mutation. And if you don't know how to get to the sandbox, just hang tight, I'll get to showing you how to do that part. But firstly, laying out our plan, we're gonna go to the sandbox and we're gonna kill some antlions, as if it wasn't evident by the name of the weapon. But you'll wanna kill quite a few of them. Antlions have a few attacks, and there's a good way to block and deflect each one of them. Their first kind of attack is as they're moving around after you've engaged with them in combat, they pause and turn their head slightly, and about a second after you notice this, go ahead and block your weapon, and that should be able to get you a perfect block and avoid taking damage. The second attack that they do is that they rear up and come at you with this like heavy attack. You're going to want to keep a bit of distance between you, but as they like rear up and then swoop down a little bit to lunge at you, right at the bottom of that downward swoop, go ahead and block then, and you should be able to perfect block. It also might be a good idea to save often before engaging in combat, so that if you don't get that timing quite right, you can try again. But either way, they have a third attack, and that is that they'll just dig underground and then eventually sprout up and just like basically landmine you. But the best way to avoid this is as soon as you see them go underground, just start moving backwards pretty quick until they come back up. This one does a lot of damage if you get hit by it, so try to avoid that one. Alternatively, you could just range attack cheese them. I mean, that works too, a crossbow or a bow and arrow. Like, you do you, but that's kind of what you need to know about fighting them. What you need to do is just keep killing them until you have 7 antlion pinchers and 3 antlion parts. You don't need to continue fighting these after that. But if you do want a full armor set as well, just add on 14 more antlion parts and 3 pinchers to that list. But either way, once you have those parts, at a workbench, you'll combine your pinchers and parts with silk rope to get the sword. Now, dialing back a little bit, that was the game plan that you should do. But if you're unsure how to get onto the sandbox, I have made a video on that. That's why I prolonged telling you that for so long, because I don't want to repeat the information. I've already made it, so check it out. It's right here.